Welcome student for this lecture on super finishing processes. In this lecture we will study the importance of super finishing process and some types of super finishing processes. In normal machining operation, no doubt dimensional accuracy of the component is important, but along with that geometrical accuracy and high surface finish is also important. So this high surface finish along with dimensional and geometrical accuracy ensures the prolonged service life for the component and reliable performance. So this premature failure of the component in the service life will be avoided if you have the good surface finish for the component. So this surface finish plays a very important role to improve the properties such as wear resistance, fatigue strength, corrosion resistance, uh, power loss due to the friction. So all these play to enhance the service life of the component. So these are very important properties when actually the component is working. We have some methods like turning, milling. So these methods are not able to meet the requirement of surface finish as per the application. Even the grinding also. Grinding is considered as one of the finishing operation, but due to the large number of cutting forces which are generated in the grinding, so grinding is not applicable for a delicate workpieces for finishing. So let's compare some of the finishing process, the surface resulted from that and the roughness value that we are getting. Now roughness value is the measure of the surface finish, so this can be measured with the help of the surface roughness tester. So we are having the precision turning operation. So this is also considered as one of the finishing operation in industry. So we are getting the roughness value between 1.25 to 12.5 micrometer. And then grinding. In grinding we are getting the roughness value between zero point 0.9 to 5 micrometer. Honing. Honing is a finishing operation, and in that we are getting the roughness value from 0.13 to 1.25 micrometer. In lapping we are getting the roughness value between 0.08 to 0.25 micrometer. In super finishing is the modification of this honing process. So it is a roughness value between 0.01 to 0.25 micrometer. Now let's consider first the lapping. Now lapping is regarded as one of the oldest method of obtaining a fine finish on the workpiece. It is basically the abrasive process in which loose abrasive function as the cutting points, finding the momentary support from the lap. So what we are using, these loose abrasives are used between the lap and the workpiece, and vehicle material is there, some liquid material we are using to carry these abrasive particles. So loose of abrasive is been there between the workpiece and the lap. So this lap is made from the hard material. Relative motion between the lap and the workpiece should change continuously so that the path of the abrasive grains of the lap is not repeated on the workpiece. So this scheme of lapping process shows how the lapping is being done. So pressure is applied from the top. It may be applied by the manually or by the machine, and this lap is moving. So this motion is not repeated, so that we will not get the same abrasive grains again and again, which are in contact with the workpiece. Material remover in lapping is very small, 0.003 to 0.03 mm. We are using some hard materials for manufacturing of this lap, that is cast iron, soft steel, copper, brass, some hardwood also we can use. Then hardened steel we are using, glass also we are using as a lap material for manufacturing of the lap. Some abrasives which are used for lapping are aluminum oxide and silicon carbide, grain size between 5 to 100 micrometer. Chromium oxide, grain size between 1 to 2 micrometer. Boron carbide, the grain size between 5 to 60 micrometer. And the vehicle materials for lapping are machine oil, grease, what we are using. So this vehicle material will carry these abrasive particles between the lap and the workpiece. So these are some technical parameters in the lapping. So what pressure you are applying on the lap, the grain size of the abrasive. So grain size of the abrasives plays an important role. What grain size you are selecting. Then concentration of abrasive in the vehicle. So how much is the amount of abrasive also. So this also plays an important role. Then lapping speed. Uh, the speed at which you are moving the lap over the workpiece or the workpiece is moved relative to the lap. So this is also some important technical parameter in the lapping process. Now we have two types of lapping. First is hand lapping and second is the machine lapping. Now hand lapping is done with the abrasive powder as lapping medium, whereas machine lapping is done with either abrasive powder or with the bonded abrasive wheel, which are considered as a lapping wheel. So both are used in machine lapping. Either loose abrasive powder or bonded lapping wheel is used in case of machine lapping. The hand lapping of flat surface is carried out by rubbing the component over some accurately finished flat surface of master lap. Usually, it is made up of a cast iron block. Manual lapping requires high precision skill uh, because the lapping pressure and the speed should be controlled manually, and this required a skilled operator for hand lapping operation. The vehicle material is spread over the lap, and then the material to be lapped is moved manually over the lap. Okay, so this is the manual movement. The speed to be controlled manually, and the pressure also to be controlled manually. So this required a skilled operator for the hand lapping. And then we have some machine lapping also. In machine lapping, so this is a economic way of lapping for batch quantities only. If you have to lap for one or two components, then this may not be economical. But for batch quantities, we can prefer the machine lapping. In machine lapping, we can see the pressure plate is there. The pressure is applied from the machine. So you can apply the whatever pressure you want. You can get with the machine. Then workpiece. So these are the workpiece which is to be lapped, and you can see that these are the abrasive powders. So wheel is rotating from the bottom side, and where pressure is applied from the top side. So this machine lapping, it is using laps as well as abrasive powder, which are held in the suitable vehicle medium is used for lapping. So machine lapping is also is a very popular method nowadays in industry to achieve the required surface finish on the workpiece. Then we have the honing. Now honing is also, it is a very popular finishing process in which we are using a tool, honing tool. It is called as a honing tool, which is having the combined motion, that is rotary and reciprocating motion. So both the motions are given for this honing tool, whereas workpiece is not given any motion. So this is the honing tool what we are using in the honing process. You can see that. So these are abrasive blades we can see, which are mounted on the along the periphery of the honing tool, and basically the honing process is used for finishing of internal holes. So it is a internal hole finishing process, we can say that. Okay. So this is again the representation of the honing process. We can see that the universal joint is used so that we can get the perfect alignment with the hole. Okay. So this is the honing tool. So it is given the rotary motion as well as the back and forth motion. So this reciprocating motion is also given. Okay. So this honing tool along with the carrier medium, it will go inside and will finish the workpiece. So basically the finishing is done by these blades which are mounted, abrasive blades which are mounted along the periphery of the honing tool. So this is a different part of the honing tool. Okay. Rotary motion as well as the oscillations are given for the honing tool. So we have the workpiece, these are the honing stones, okay, mandrel is there, and this tool is moving inside this workpiece. Some critical process parameter for honing are the rotational speed of the tool, then oscillation speed, then length and position of the stroke. Length of the stroke is generally equal to the length of the workpiece what we are having. Then honing stick pressure is also important, how much stick pressure we are having. So this stick pressure is basically obtained by the springs. So when the honing stone comes in contact with the workpiece, this spring get pressed, and because of this the pressure will be applied by the honing stone over the workpiece, and it results in finishing when the tool rotates and given some oscillation motion to the tool. So these honing stones are held against the workpiece by the spring pressure with the help of the control pressure we are using, and honing is always we are supporting with the help of some coolants. So these coolants, no doubt it will remove the heat of finishing, but also it will remove some small chips also, and uniform temperature will be maintained between the tool and the workpiece. Then we have super finishing process. Super finishing is an alternative process. Again, it is similar to the honing process. So this also uses a bonded abrasive stone or the stick. It is we are using. You can see that this is the bonded abrasive stick. So this is moved with a reciprocating motion, and it is pressed against the surface to be finished. So this is a bonded abrasive stone what we are using. Workpiece is rotating, and you can see this reciprocating motion is given to the bonded abrasive stone. Cutting fluid is used in this process for cooling of the tool and work interface. So this cutting fluid also washes away the tiny chips in the process. So high amount of surface finish is obtained because of this process, which are not obtainable by the other surface finishing process. So we are using a microstone. A fine abrasive powder is used for manufacturing of this stone. So this stone is rubbed against the workpiece surface to produce a required quality surface finish. Now if you compare this super finishing with the honing process, what is the difference between the two? The stroke length is comparatively shorter. It is up to 1500 strokes per minute. The pressure is low as compared to the honing process. In this case, the feed is given to the workpiece. The feed rate in super finishing is also very small as compared to the honing process, so it is a very slow process. The grit size or the particle size in super finishing used is very small as compared to the honing. So because of this fine grain size what we are using, we are getting the high surface finish on the workpiece. So this is what the different types of super finishing process and the importance of super finishing process what we have studied. So honing, lapping, and super finishing we have seen. Grinding is also super finishing process, but because of the limitations of the grinding, we cannot finish all the different workpieces like complex geometry, then delicate workpieces. So you have to move to the lapping, honing, or super finishing process to get the required surface finish on the workpiece. Thank you.